Hello and a very warm welcome to you this evening at the Bishan Stadium in Singapore. We're here for Group B action in the AFF Suzuki Cup 2020. It's between Indonesia and Vietnam. A blockbuster clash in this group between the top two sides. They have a long history, these two. For Vietnam, in recent times, it has been all in their favor. And look how tight things are in this group. Malaysia were hammered by Vietnam, to put it mildly, but Indonesia ahead of their opponents tonight on goal difference. A chance here for one of these two sides to get to 9 points and pretty much book their place in the semi-finals. 1 foot in the last 4. Earlier this evening, Cambodia beat Laos fairly comfortably 3-0. There are some Indonesian fans here at the Bishan Stadium, but they are well outnumbered by these guys. The Vietnamese were here a couple hours ago, already making plenty of noise outside the stadium. They have been the most impressive set of fans at this AFF Suzuki Cup. But Indonesia will not let things slide easily. There's been lots in social media. The Indonesians have been accusing the Vietnamese of being arrogant. The Vietnamese are saying, do not take us lightly. They are the supreme team at the moment in Southeast Asia, the only side in the region who've made it to round 3 of World Cup qualifying, albeit at the bottom of their group. They haven't won a single match, but they have certainly gained a lot of fans. No big losses to the likes of Saudi Arabia and Japan. They have certainly held their head high, but they know things are very different in Southeast Asia, where they are the overwhelming favorites. Players in the tunnel about to make their way out. And you just saw a shot there of Nadio Argawinata. Keep an eye on him. We'll talk about him in just a short while. There's been a setback for Indonesia, amongst other setbacks. There he is, the goalkeeper, who was not originally slated to play in this one. He has been drafted in at the last minute. We'll tell you all in a short while, but just listen for the noise as these two teams make their way out onto the pitch here at Bishan Stadium. It will be electric, there's no doubt about it. These two sides, as I said, have plenty of history, with Vietnam clearly in front in recent times. They've met each other in World Cup qualifying just a few months ago. Vietnam thrashing Indonesia 4-0. They then met in 2019, also World Cup qualifying, Vietnam winning that 3-0. The only Indonesian win has been in this competition in 2016, when Indonesia won that 2-1. That's been the only Indonesian win in the last 7 meetings. Actually, I should say 9 meetings, to include 2 goalless draws back in 2012.
Kingdom of Vietnam.
Great reception here at the Bishan Stadium. Let's tell you about the setback for the Indonesians. Well, as you can see, the number one there, the goalkeeper, Hernando, was supposed to start here. Unfortunately, he got injured in the warm-up, and that's why we were talking about Nadio Agriwinata. He comes into the side along with 4 other changes: Ezra Walian, Witan Sulaiman, Pratama Arhan, and Fakhruddin Herianto. Just to remind you, there is the starting lineup, and there are now 5 changes from that previous side. Ari is now the goalkeeper there. As you can see, we're hearing a 5-4-1. Mixed messages as well coming up from the camp that perhaps they'll go 3-4-3, but we'll wait and see. The players that drop out today: Edo Febriansha, the fullback; Pratama, remember, coming back from injury; Evan Dimas is the surprising omission, and Kushedia and Dedik, the 2 forwards, have been dropped, with clearly Indonesia taking a far more conservative approach. So unfortunate here for Hernando, who had a good game in the last match, is being taken off here. He got injured in that warm-up. Looked like an arm injury, and that is a big setback for the Indonesians. The other setback, by the way, is their English-based defender Elkan Baggett has had to go into quarantine. There was some confusion as to what happened there, but suffice to say that he's only available on the 18th. He did play the last game against Laos, came on at half-time, but he's not available to play for this one, though he is clear of COVID. That is the good news. For Vietnam, well, you don't fix something that isn't broken. They only make the 1 change. It's at the back. Bui Tien Dung comes in today for them. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same 11 that took apart Malaysia very convincingly in the last match. And there's Bui Tien Dung. He will be playing in that back 3. As always, they're looking to play a 3-4-3 with Hong Dui and Van Tan pushing right up. And they'll be taking the game, you feel, to the Indonesians. The only player who misses out this time is Do Dui Man. But look at the talent that they've got on that bench. Someone who was pulling all the strings in that first game, Luang Song Trong. He is not starting today. Shin Tae-yong had a lot to say in the build-up to this one. He was a bit irritated by some of the Indonesian press, who seemed to indicate that his team may not have been very impressive in their opening 2 matches. Shin Tae-yong and himself, both Koreans, know each other very, very well, very respectful of each other. And there's another Korean here, Kim Dae-yong, in charge of this one. But yeah, going back to Park Hang-seo, he said, as Vietnam get us off here, he said if Indonesia feel that we haven't looked so strong in the 2 wins, then they can come out and attack us. We will welcome this. And of course, any attempt by Indonesia to try that today might just fall into a trap. And as we can clearly see, they are indeed playing that 5-4-1. Though I've been told that Dewanga will move up into the midfield area to make it a 4-5-1 at times when they are going forward. They'll be happy to have Pratama back, as he's just fouled here. But I think they'll have seen what happened with Malaysia. We played with a flat back four. They had some injury problems as well. I think we must be clear about that. But they were opened up at will almost by the Vietnamese. And it's a conservative approach, nothing wrong with that. You change your formations as you see fit. And there's the man, Nadio Agriwanata, who has been brought in. Never the right circumstances for anyone to have to come in when your teammate has been injured. And that is what's happened here to the goalkeeper. They've had goalkeeping issues. Remember, they changed it up after the very first game. They weren't particularly pleased with Shahrul Fadli. He was blamed for a goal against Cambodia, but they have an experienced goalkeeping lineup. The Indonesians, Nadio Agriwanata from Bali United, just 24 years of age and earning his 4th cap today. Ezra Walian restored to the starting lineup up front. Didik and Kushedio preferred ahead of him, but he did come on in the second half and scored a goal. Referee saying just calm it down a little bit. These guys have been fantastic, I have to say, throughout the tournament. Listen to that. We're only a couple minutes in, and they are making their presence felt. And why not? This is the passion that you see in Southeast Asian football. Van Tan with the throw. Can't quite keep that in. Hwang Duk. Well, we were talking about having a good record in recent times in Vietnam. What is a very interesting quirk of the AFF Cup is that Vietnam have never beaten Indonesia in this competition, which is surprising. They have won it twice. In 2018 most recently, and then 2008. Indonesia 5 times runners-up. 3 editions in a row: 2000, 2002, 2004, 2010 and 2016. They have been handicapped this year by only allowing 2 players per club to be chosen for the national team. There's Irfan, who was the man of the match in the last game against Laos. And that handicap I'm talking about was something that happened to them in 2016 when they went all the way to the final. So perhaps that might work in their favor, who knows. And a big throw expected here from Pratama. It's low and flat. It looked like the keeper got something on it, Tran. Devanga. Now he has to get on the ball, or at least get in the way before Mantan was going to launch a counter. Quickly taking that throw in. Good intent so far from Indonesia. Here's Irfan. Far too much on that one for Ezra Walian by Witan Sulaiman. There's Bui Tian Dung. To Pong Hong Dui. Yes, just going back to that, 9 times they've met in the AFF Cup. Indonesia 4 times they've won, and there's been 5 draws. That's quite the record. To have another draw here, Indonesia. Just give them that little edge, perhaps, against Malaysia in that final game. Of course, Depends what does end up happening here as Quang Hai, is he bundled over? The referee looks away. He doesn't think there was any problem with that. Scored a great goal, didn't he, in the last game against Malaysia. He is the big star of this side, and there are a few of them. MVP in the last tournament, Quang Hai. Quang Hai tries to slip it to Kong Phong. Pong Hong Dui on the other side. This is Vu Van Tan. The two wing-backs, you'll see a lot of them pushing right up for Vietnam. Shin Tae-yong and Park Hang-seo, because it's a, I suppose you can call it a bit of a Korean affair. They've made the news in Korea. That was solid at the back there from Rizky. In from Van Tan. Now Ezra Walian. They were so effective, weren't they, Vietnam against Malaysia in that last game. And I think the phrase "toying with them" was used by my fellow commentator the other day, Shor Shin Rai. Make it look very, very easy, Vietnam. That has just prompted Indonesia to think, perhaps let's not get too brave, let's play this smart. Irfan just trying to win that back off Kong Puong. Kambuaya, was there a foul on Quang Hai? Referee was letting play continue. Quang Hai still on the ground. Hang-seo is furious. Oh, that almost fell nicely, didn't it, to Pong Hong Dui. Just couldn't trap it enough to take the shot. And now he will go and check on the injured Quang Hai, it would appear. Park Hang-seo was having some harsh words earlier, and yeah, he's a colourful character. He's not one to keep quiet. All the officials are Korean today, so they, I'm sure, will be exchanging pleasantries, shall we say. So this was the chance that fell to Pong Hong Dui. Couldn't get the shot away, and then a long-range effort. Still furious. And the two Koreans, by the way, having a real go at each other. I think Shin Tae-yong was just asking for a card of Park Hang-seo. As respectful as they've been, they also have had a bit of a go at each other's camps. Familiarity breeds contempt, so they say. And that's just all part of the spice, isn't it? Here in Southeast Asia, just adds to the mix. Pratama up to Irfan. Slips that ball through to his fullback, who gets the cross in, and that sails over. And when they can, they will also push their wing-backs up. And he wants them to stay a bit further up the pitch here on these goal kicks. Good work between these two. And now we're getting the chants between the Vietnamese and the Indonesians in the stands as well. What's happening on and off the pitch is moving into the stands. It's great though, isn't it? Fantastic atmosphere here at Bishan Stadium. Risky. There's Rawalian, doesn't get on the ball. There's Tuanan. No foul on Irfan. Well, they're trying to flood that midfield, aren't they? Indonesia not giving too much space to the Vietnamese. Slightly nervy ball. Into the box. Well, that was the last thing he was expecting. Nadia Agrianata to have to come in at short notice. Of course, it does happen, doesn't it? Played in the SEA Games in the Philippines with the under-23s that won silver. Evan Dimas played for them as well, the overage player, and actually in that tournament he was pretty much kicked out of the game by the Vietnamese. I think they just felt, even though he's their key player today, maybe just don't put him in at the start. They wanted some real combative players to start this one against the Vietnamese, and they're throwing themselves to absolutely everything. Real commitment here from the Indonesians. It's a lively start to this one, isn't it? Here's Bui Tian Dung. This is about as close to the strongest side that they could put out. The Vietnamese, so could argue that Do Duy Man will probably start. Duan Van Hao, of course, is also another one who's not been available, injured at the moment. But they've been using this side pretty much in these World Cup qualifiers. Vietnam had a very good go of it in the last tournament where they won. Thrashed Laos 3-0 in their first game, 2-0 against Malaysia, goalless against Myanmar, which was a bit of a surprise, then beat Cambodia 3-0. They finished top of their group. Yes, Pratama. Indonesia disappointingly out in the group stages of the last tournament. Witan Sulaiman, an important touch there before we got to the wing back, Kong Hong Dui. There's Kambuaya. There's Rawalian. Lone striker role. He'll be basically coming back into midfield a lot, fairly deep. Here's Asnawi, who scored a penalty in the last game against Laos. 5-1 win. Was there a foul there, Irfan? Ivanga, not the greatest header away. Kompong wins the ball back. Switching play, and it just skids away from Van Tan. Lots being said, isn't it, on the bench? Park Hang-seo, who recently extended his contract. And he has been a catalyst for this massive improvement from Vietnam. Apart from winning the AFF Cup, they've just runners-up in the under-23, AFC under-23 competition, losing out to Uzbekistan in the end. Got the gold in the SEA Games in 2019, quarterfinals of the Asian Cup. And of course, getting now to the third round for the first time ever of the World Cup qualifiers. So that has probably been the best development in recent times for Vietnam, that they have secured his services for a little bit longer at least. Here's Tan Chung. Kong Kwong. Lovely ball back to Van Tan. And that's really good defending by Risky. Risky, very good again from him. Got the ball off Kong Kwong. There's a foul there on Witan Sulaiman. It's already getting a bit tetchy. Risky there with a couple of important interventions for Indonesia. He was right on Kong Kwong, wasn't he? No foul. Got the ball. Witan diving in on Tan Chung, hurting himself in the process. This is good from Risky. Up the other end, Indonesia trying to just press. You've just got to be aware of what's going on. Play continues, despite the foul. Bong Hong Dui. Will the referee take a retrospective action? Park Hang-seo and his team just having a go now at the assistant, and he's actually telling them to keep themselves in check here. The referee will take the action. Let him do what he needs to be done. Now, this is what happened to Bong Hong Dui. Devanga. Was there? Yeah, I think there was a booking in the end. We'll just get that confirmed. But he was the one who took up Bong Hong Dui. Van Tan. Kwang Tuk. Falls kindly. Smashed over by Tuanan. Tuanan hitting well over as they try to scramble that clear, Indonesia. Here's Tuanan again. Vu Van Tan. Seen a lot of the ball on this right-hand side. Confirm the yellow card then for Devanga for that foul on Bong Hong Dui. So far, I think, so good as far as Indonesia are concerned. Haven't been opened up that much yet. How many high-quality chances would you say that Vietnam have had? Not too many. They've had 3 shots so far, most of them long-range wild ones. They've kept it fairly solid at the back, the Indonesians. Can they keep this going? Here's Hwang Duk. Now Quang Hai. Slips that to Van Tan. There needs to be a better cross from him. Ezra Walian dropping back, trying to help out. There's Asnawi. Every time they have the ball, they're just swarmed, aren't they, by Vietnam players. Can't get it away. The idea was to try and play in Irfan. This is how it stands at the moment. It's not bad at all, is it? As far as Indonesia are concerned, you'd have to say that Vietnam will almost certainly win their last game against Cambodia, you'd think anyway. And so it really will come down to Indonesia and Malaysia in that final group game. They'll all play at the same time on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. local time. And if it stays this way, a draw would be enough for Indonesia to get through to the semi-finals. There's Wing Quang Hai. Van Tan. No one is going to get in the end of that. And it's scrambled clear. Fakhruddin Haryanto, the most experienced of the defenders at the back today. Again, Van Duk. How's he getting into these pockets of space? Corner for Vietnam. Referee keeping a close eye on things. Needs to be a better corner. Some instructions being barked out on the sidelines. Shin Tae-yong, excuse me, Park Hang-seo, for now, letting the rest of his team make all the effort. Shin Tae-yong, watchful. He's told his side not to be afraid of Vietnam. And he's seen what's happened to Malaysia. He said that the Malaysians seem to have too much respect for Vietnam, but our young players are preparing themselves to be the best on the field. So don't be afraid, work hard, play at your best. That was his instructions. That has stayed in. Duk goes back. It isn't easy when you've got all those players in front of you for the Vietnamese to break them down. Remember, it was a similar story against Laos. They had 9 players pretty much the whole time in front of goal. Only Billy Kepkeo, and today Ezra Walian, the only player forward. And I think at the moment, they don't mind that they've only seen 30% of the ball, Indonesia, because they haven't really given much of an opportunity to the Vietnamese. However, will they try and create some of their own scoring chances? They'll be happy to take a 0-0 today if they can. They know this Vietnamese side is so talented at unlocking stubborn defenses. Nokai. Right across to Pong Hong Dui. Back to Tan Chung. And this will suit Indonesia right now. Not really going anywhere in Vietnam. Have to be patient as they probe away. Tuan An. Now Van Duk. Here is Tan Chung. Straight risky. Van Tan. Quang Hai, quick pass to him. He found the way into the penalty area. Quang Hai. Again, good work from Rizky. He has been impressive at the back for Indonesia. Good work again from the defender, Rizky Ramdhani. Crowd here, the Vietnamese crowd trying their hardest to get them going. Shot, innocuous one from Quang Hai, straight at the keeper. Again, it's all long-range efforts at the moment from the Vietnamese, and that is perfectly fine and acceptable to the Indonesians. They won't mind that. Ball up to Witan Sulaiman, who's trying to make the run easy for Tan Chung. Comes across. Good work from Van Duk. Now Tuan An, here's Pong Hong Dui. Up onto this right-hand side, Van Tan. Gets past Pratama. Now Van Tan, ball into the box. And Asnawi did enough. Wasn't anyone really attacking that ball. Now, Rizky is going to have a bit of a talking to from the referee. He's just gone over to apologise to Quang Hai. Yeah, might have just been an arm out after their exchange. I can tell you that the Vietnamese bench are having, again, stern words with the fourth official. Oh, that was a bit of a sandwich there on Tuan An. Bit of a gap. There was a flying tackle in. That's a yellow card on the right wing back, Asnawi. And again, just look at the reaction. He seemed to be getting really, really upset very easily about the challenges. I just wonder whether this is working in favour of the Indonesians. I mean, it was a crazy challenge, wasn't it, from Asnawi? But they need to be careful here. He's been in the wars, hasn't he, Pong Hong Dui? A couple of big challenges on him already. Referee again just wants to make sure there's nothing else going on in the box. Half an hour gone here at the Bishan Stadium. That's good work again from Risky. Van Taan. Clear by that man again. Risky Ramadani. I think he'll be happy with this, Shin Tae-yong. It's been a solid performance at the back by the Indonesians. Vietnamese haven't yet created very good opportunity to open the scoring. Kong Kwong, that could still change, of course. They get another corner. They are trying to ratchet up the pressure here on the Garudas. They're expecting this crowd. Only the second corner of this match. Now, Wittan has gone down in the box. Remember, the referee was keeping a close eye on proceedings. It's now the Indonesian bench that's off their feet and getting annoyed. This has got everything at the moment. Now, there you go. Wittan just getting involved in a little tussle. Oh, now that looked like a definite elbow from Nyok Hai. Remember, we don't have VAR in this tournament, but that is a shot from the edge of the area from Kong Kwong. Completely unmarked, by the way, in that one. It looked like something on the training ground that they practiced, but you'd have to be pretty accurate with your shot. There's a lot of players in front of you as well. I just wonder whether Nyok Hai, if that was seen again on the replay, they'd still be on the pitch. But Wittan Sulaiman, to his credit, got up pretty quickly. Rizky Ramadani has been, I think, the most impressive of the defenders for Indonesia at the moment. Clumsy from Ezra Walian on Kwang Hai. I think they want a little bit more action here from the referee. Not the greatest challenge from him, was it? Be interesting to see if they had got Elkan Baggett in today. How that would have worked out for them. I think that having a 1.94 meter defender certainly has its advantages. But it's not to be, and they're hoping to get him back in time for the Malaysia game, Indonesia. Park Hang-seo promised to be very attacking today. They have tried to throw everything so far at the Indonesians. Park Hang-seo at his press conference had said so. And he's also acknowledged the kind of pressure they're feeling as the defending champions. Has spent time talking about the pressure that they're feeling also because they haven't won a single game in World Cup qualifying. But it's a different mindset here, isn't it, now? Can they save this from going out and being a corner? Yes, they can. Fakhruddin, here's Asnawi. Of course, things can be so unpredictable. They are the overwhelming favourites in this competition, but you just never know in football. Been a good spirited performance by Indonesia so far. Here's Ezra Walian up to Pratama. Irfan wants the ball, he gets it. Back to Rizky. Ivanga, we said that he would just step out of that back five when going forward. He'll go all the way back to Nadio Agriwanata. Touch on from Asnawi. Indonesia will be delighted. They've got 9 goals in this tournament so far. Vietnam have got 5, but don't forget Indonesia have played the 2 easiest matches coming into this one. That has to have gone out for a corner. Rizky couldn't quite keep it in. Ironically enough, Vietnam only could beat Laos 2-0, but then beat Malaysia convincingly 3. Could have been more in that one. Nadio gets a good bit of contact on the ball. Wangduk lets it run out for a throw-in. What Vietnam have done well, of course, is keep clean sheets, and that's not something Indonesia have been good at. And that's where some of the criticism has come in back home. 2 from the Cambodians, 1 from the Laotians. Many would deem that not good enough. Coming into this match, Vietnam making almost 1,200 passes in only 2 matches. And on a per match basis, that is the highest in the tournament. This is the foul on Kambuaya. He's just kindly gone about his business today. Pass accuracy at 88%. Vietnam, 2nd in the tournament. Indonesia's at 84. These are the kind of opportunities for Indonesia, the set pieces. But you have to have a better delivery than that from Irfan. Pratama gets there first. That's not a great touch, is it? From Rahmat Irianto, the holding midfielder. Vu Van Tan, with their mission was to frustrate the Vietnamese. I think they've done a pretty decent job of it so far. If you recall, against Laos, they had to be extremely patient. The 26th minute and the 55th minute they scored in that one. But this is the longest they've gone without a goal so far in the tournament. Vietnam. By now it was 1-0 against Laos and 2-0 against Malaysia. Nadio Agribanata hasn't actually had anything to do yet. will be the pleasing factor. They've just got to be careful. Devanga back to his keeper. Risky. Out to Asnawi. It's certainly a very different prospect to the last time these two met, where Vietnam were very, very impressive against the Indonesians. Win Tian Lin opened the scoring there, and that was after more than 60 passes by the Vietnamese to open up Indonesia. It was breathtaking to watch. Kong Pong, and look at his risky again, doing enough. Kong Pong. And it's over from Hwang Duk, but took a deflection along the way. Low ball into the area. Kong Pong was looking to try and take the shot, and then laid it off. Here's Kong Pong with the corner. The crowd got excited for just a short while. Irfan putting it out for another one. He was at the near post. The corners from that side haven't been great. Kong Pong taking them. That's a better delivery. Devanga got something on it. There's Asnawi. Kambuaya did enough. Quang Hai. There's Rawalian trying to help out here. Nok Hai. Now Van Tan. Nok Hai, low ball into the box. That's away by Rahmat Irianto. And again, they've been solid, Indonesia. Possession more than 70% with the Vietnamese. You look at the total shots is 8. But how many of them would you say have been high quality? I'd say probably none. That will be the most pleasing thing for the Indonesians at the moment. They have really limited the Vietnamese. And they'll be absolutely delighted if they can get to half-time without having conceded. We're into the final minute of this first half. Van Duk. Devanga gets that away, does well. Here's Irfan. No foul. Oh, yeah. Belated decision there by the referee, Van Tan, on Irfan. That will suit Indonesia. He's frustrated, as I think most of this Vietnamese team are. This could be a little template, couldn't it, for other teams if they need to meet Vietnam later in the competition. Laos, not as accomplished a team as Indonesia, but they did something like this, didn't they? Indonesia have handled it pretty well. It's either Singapore or Thailand to meet the Vietnamese. I think most people would probably assume that it would be Singapore, the hosts, who would meet the Vietnamese in the semis, assuming, of course, that Vietnam finished top in their group and Singapore finished second in Group A. Singapore have already been playing 3 at the back. They've done that against the Philippines. Fairly solid in that one. But it has seemed to work in this match up till now. We're into added time. There's only a minute And about 20 seconds of that left. Up to Kong Puong. Ivanga solid again. Kwang Hai. Now Kong Puong. Can they get one right at the end of this half? Kong Puong goes down, clatters into Kambuaya. Here's Rahmat Irianto. We've had the 1 minute. Van Tan. Oh, I'm not sure what that was from him. Kong Puong is hobbling. It's been an entertaining first half, all pretty much one-way traffic from Vietnam. But importantly, they haven't really tested the keeper. Haven't had any really good opportunities. Kong Puong is on the ground here. He's not looking happy at all. That could be a moment of concern. They have got an out-and-out striker, Tien Lin. They could bring on, but certainly don't want to lose Kong Puong. Here is that last opportunity. Just waiting to pull that trigger, wasn't he? He clattered it to Kambuaya. Just getting some treatment, but they will be happy with this, the Indonesians. Nadio Agriunata hasn't anything to do yet. Man drafted in at the last second after the #1 choice went off injured in the warm-up. Half-time here then at the Bishan Stadium in this AFF Suzuki Cup 2020 Group B encounter. It's Indonesia 0, Vietnam 0. We are just moments away from the second half of this AFF Suzuki Cup match between Indonesia and Vietnam to get underway. No goals at half-time, and right at the very end of that first half, Win Kong Puong went down in the box, and he has been replaced. Probably had the most chances for them, and his place has been taken by Win Tien Lin. Now here's an interesting development. Here's one of their biggest stars, generally the team captain there. He's going to get that armband now. They are taking off Rahmat Irianto. Didn't see any particular injury for Irianto, but I wonder if that is because they are now going to be a little bit more expansive. We talked about combative characters, and perhaps that's why they didn't start with Evan Dumas. They have done the job at half-time. It's 0-0, which is interesting because the last 7 occasions between these two sides, that dates back all the way to 2014, all of them have had 3 or more goals in those encounters, every single one of them. Some have been 4, some have been 5, never less than 3. And this one still is goalless. Maybe Indonesia are going to be a little bit more expansive in this second half. And the shot there from Hwang Duk, we'd said about the long-range efforts. And they would try. And like I said, that is not going to bother the Indonesians too much. Evan Dumas, the team captain, 26 years of age. He's been around forever. Made his debut almost 8 years ago now. As an 18-year-old from Surabaya, playing for Bayangkara at the moment. He is certainly one of their big stars. Had a stint in Malaysia with Selangor. Great vision, good pace about him. And the other player is, the other change, I should say, is up front for Vietnam. They'll be missing Kong Puong, of course, who's one of their stars in this side. Oh, right across the face of that goal. Pong Hong Dui, no one there to meet it. There's the new man in Tien Lin. Yeah, it was nowhere near him, was it? Tien Lin, 24 years of age, plays for Binh Duong. Made his debut almost 4 years ago. 7 goals he scored in World Cup qualifying so far. He's been certainly catching the eyes. I mentioned sort of fine goal against Indonesia, the first goal in that 4-0. .83 meters, very tall fella. Tien Lin, good focal point in attack, keen eye on goal. Fakhruddin still sticking with the 3 at the back, but they're pushing their wing backs a little higher in the second half. Touch on there from Irfan. Tan Chung tries to get it away. Now we are going to see a booking. He's only been on the pitch for 2.5 minutes, and Evan Dumas goes into the book for the foul on Van Tan. confirmation of that yellow card. So far, 2 yellows in this game. It's been quite feisty. Referee's allowed it to flow as much as you can, much to the annoyance, I'd say, of both benches. The Korean coaches, particularly in the Vietnamese side of things, have let their feelings be known. Threw himself at that one, didn't he, Asnawi? Talking of the 2 Koreans, I mentioned in a Korean newspaper, they were talking about this matchup. They understand each other very well. Park Hang-seo, well regarded. He was assistant to Hussein for that 2002 World Cup, which Korea had such a fantastic time in, getting to the semi-finals. This game even being broadcast live in Korea, such as the strong Korean connection. Here's Tien Lin. Now Hwang Duk. And across to Pong Hong Dui. Bui Tien Dung, recycling it well. Vietnam. Pong Hong Dui. Coming in field, here he is now, out wide to Van Duk. Good movement from the Vietnamese, up towards Ezra Walian. He won't get there, he's given up the ghost on that one. Well, interesting move, wasn't it, to bring on Evan Dumas so early on. Thought something like that might happen a little bit later in the game. Made that decision early. Might just be an indication of what they are looking to do in this second half, setting their stall out sooner than we expected, perhaps. Let's see. Tan Chung. Pong Hong Dui. Here's Evan Dimas. Waiting for someone to make a call on whose throw it is. It will go Indonesia's way, much to the annoyance of the Vietnamese crowd. Took a while before that decision was made. Done well there, Irfan. Here's Kambuaya. Important touch from him. Irfan, though, loses the ball. It's back with Evan Dimas. He's done well here. Witan Sulaiman, all on his own. That's excellent work from Hwang Duk. Yes, Quang Hai. Quiet so far in this second half. Rizky Ramadhani, who has been very impressive at the back for Indonesia. Into the channel there for Ezra Walian, and can't quite get to the ball. Bui Tien Dung, now to Pong Hong Dui. Here's Van Tan. The crowd had gone a little quiet here at Bishan Stadium, the Vietnamese crowd. And that's working in favor of the Indonesians, of course. They'll be wanting to silence this crowd. Just suddenly picked up the noise. He's done well to keep that in. Witan Sulaiman. Here's Ezra Walian. Nokai had that covered. Nokai, who had a little elbow on Witan Sulaiman in the first half, got away with that one. Tan Chung. Talked about them having to have the patience today to try and break down this very resolute Indonesian outfit in the way they've set themselves up. Van Duk. Here is Hwang Duk. There's Witan Sulaiman on him. Good movement. Tien Lin, now Quang Hai. That took a deflection. Zipping that around faster. Get a corner here, Vietnam. Nice little touch on there from Tien Lin. Return ball from Quang Hai, and nice interplay between the two of them. Came off Devanga. That header looked like Bui Tien Dung. Nokai saying there was maybe a touch on. Bui Tien Dung's header, well wide in the end. Not sure what Nokai was pointing at. Again, they're racking up the chances. They're into double figures. There you go. But really, how many of them have been high-quality chances? Ones that you feel they really ought to have scored. We'll go back to the keeper, Win Man, who has pretty much been an observer of this match so far. He's had very, very little to do in it. Asnawi up to Ezra Walian. He's waiting for the shot. It's taking a big deflection. It will be a corner. First corner for Indonesia. Had a number of tackles had to make at the back. Nokai, Tien Dung, 11 and 13. Now, set pieces, we said, would be the best opportunity for Indonesia in this sort of game. Can they make this count? Looks to come off Tan Chung. He's fired that and right across, isn't he? Risky. In by Irfan. It's good defending. They don't want to leave themselves exposed here. And they're cleverly just holding onto the ball for as long as they can. Yes, Tan Chung got a touch on it, and then Risky smashed that across. It's good defending from Tan Chung. Devanga. It's a bit stretched here. Van Dijk. Another long-range shot. They've had 5 of those now. Excuse me, 10 shots out of the box. Some of them have been blocked, of course, but yeah, in total, 10 shots out of the area. And Park Hang-seo, big discussion. And that just will indicate how hard it is for them to break through. They're having to try and create those opportunities from outside the area. Here's Bong Hong-dui. Stiff resistance there. Head on from Witan Sulaiman. Wei Tian-dung clattering into him. Oh, he's going to get a yellow card for that one. It's the first yellow for the Vietnamese. Try again here, Vietnam. I wonder whether we're going to see a couple of changes now on the hour mark. Traditionally, teams tend to do that. We've already had 1 change apiece. Quang Hai. Van Tan, and forced back again. A little bit of restlessness in the crowd. Another corner for Vietnam. So far, these corners haven't been a problem. They're not great on dead ball situations, generally, the Indonesians. But straightforward for Nadio Agrimanata. Remember, in the match against Cambodia, they were not great on the dead ball situations. One was a cross, one was a free kick, the goals that they conceded. And it is a change here. Ha Duck-chin forward. Impressed watching him, I remember, in the AFC Under-23 Championships when they came in second. Well, that is a interesting development, because Ha Duck-chin has not played at all yet in this tournament. The 24-year-old has yet to score for his country as well. They have got Win Van Tuan, far more experienced, not opting to use him.
Substitution for Vietnam, number 11, Nguyen Han, has been replaced by number 18, Ha Duck-chin.
So they are taking off with Tuan An. There you go, and Ha Duck-chin comes on. So there'll be a little bit of a shuffle around. Maybe Quang Hai will just drop back a little bit. That is what it seems to be. And we've got Harduk Chin, who plays for Da Nang. They'll be far more attacking now. So two strikers up there. It's a 3-5-2 now. Oh, and both strikers trying to go for the ball. I think it evaded both Duk Chin and Tien Lin. Yeah, they both missed it, didn't they? It appeared. The ball in from Tan Chung. Well, they're all in a good position there, both of them. Not the most prolific of strikers. Duk Chin. 23 goals and 97 appearances for Da Nang. He really made his name, as I mentioned, in the 23s. Away by Rizki. Just starting to stretch out a little bit this game. Need to clear their lines. Here's Irfan. Kambuaya. Oh, he's trying to get that through to Ezra Walian. Harduk Chin will not get to that. So a tweak here by Park Hang-seo with Van Duk now just dropping a little into midfield along with Quang Hai. And in the middle it is Win Hwang Duk. Oh, that couldn't just quite control it, Asnawi. The crowd starting a wave here. Normal indication of perhaps that not much is necessarily happening on the pitch. Vietnam being frustrated in their attempts today. Surging run from Kambuaya. He never looked firmly in control of the ball. Indonesia just start getting a little more confident going forward. They just have to be careful at the back, of course. It could well be a situation, by the way, and no one's really talked about this because of just how good Vietnam have been. But if this ends in a draw, of course, Vietnam have to play Cambodia, excuse me, and Malaysia play Indonesia. If Indonesia win that game and Vietnam win theirs as well against Cambodia, it'll come down to goal difference. And there is even, of course, the possibility that Vietnam finish second. The goal difference has provoked lots of conversations. Head-to-head, of course, is the big tiebreaker. Teams tied on points. Reminder that they've scored 9 goals. Vietnam have only scored 5. Now, Indonesia are about to make another change. Rizky Febrianto is coming on. Now let's see, there's been some tired bodies out there. It's interesting, it is going to be Asnawi. Oh, they just have to remove a little band on his wrist. We'll worry about that in a minute. Here comes that free kick. They're asking for the corner. They're not going to get it. Factored in, I think. I've just got a little touch on there. just brushed him after Nokai got a touch. Snowy has had a battling performance today. The man who's replaced him, 24-year-old Rizky Febrianto, who plays for Arima. And what a time to be making your debut for your country in such a pivotal game here. But they are blooding him, and they're taking off their team captain in the process. It's a big move. Mind you, it's not like Asnawi is that experienced. There's only 11 or so caps to his name. This is a pretty inexperienced side overall. Remember, they are not allowed to play their full team because the league is ongoing. Here's Tianlin, and again the shot had lost its sting in the process. It's because of Fakhruddin Arianto. Indonesia, out of the three minnows at the bottom of the table of the average age of teams, they are the next youngest, 23.8 years of age on average. Vietnam, fifth oldest or fifth youngest, depending how you want to look at it. 24.3 years is their average age of this squad. Evan Dimas, here's Irfan. Indonesia have a rare foray into the other half. There's 20 minutes or so left in this, and it's still goalless. This was not the script many would have expected. A reminder that the last 7 games between these two nations has seen a minimum of 3 goals in each one of them. They tend to be high-scoring affairs. I will say, though, before those last 7, we had 2 goalless draws in a row. Let's see, and that just runs away from Ha Duk Chin. Kambuaya. Here's Irfan. Not much to aim at, and he's got to be a better cross than that for Ezra One, and he's just had one of those nights, isn't it, as a lone forward in a 5-4-1. You know you're not going to get very much. Pressure's on him at the moment. Some tired legs out there. They've been defending for most of this game, the Indonesians, but they've been very, very effective at what they've had to do. Here's Pong Hong Dui. They still have 3 subs to make each, and we're about to see another one here. And we've seen him come on, haven't we? Ramai Ramikek. He's replaced Irfan at times. And he's got an eye for goal. That is an attacking substitution. 2 goals in 5 appearances for his country. The 19-year-old plays for Persipura Jayapura. Vietnam now about to make their changes. Ramai Rumakek on for Irfan. Well, they might try to freshen up their defense. No such thing right now. That's positive from the Indonesians. Witan Sulaiman. By the way, Indonesia plays in Serbia with Seneca. There's been confusion as to when he will get released. They were hoping that he'd be here sooner rather than later, but it appears that Seneca's last game in the Serbian top flight before the winter break is the day before the semi-final, so it looks like he'll only, sorry, the day before the last group game, so it looks like he'll only be able to join should they progress, which, well, maybe too late, wouldn't it, by then? So it's frustration for Indonesia. Well, that's a poor touch by the new man in, Rizky Febrianto. Here's Harduk Chin for Vietnam. Cuts inside, and that's excellent work from Rizky to make amends. Van Po Hong Dui. Here's Van Duk. Look at the space here. Oh, Van Duk was allowed a little bit too much time in the box. Seemed to be in a couple of decisions for him to make. Ramai Rumakek, he's got pace. He's done well here. The run, the diagonal run from Ezra Walian wasn't good enough, and neither was that pass from Ramai. Kambuaya. Well, they've lost a man there. It looks like. Not encouraging for the Indonesians. Witan Sulaiman. Is he clutching his groin? Oh, I think they're just going to hold on now. They might just hold back these changes, Vietnam, after what they may have seen, because they've just changed their mind. They were going to bring on Swan Trong. And Ho Tan Tai, and they're just going to hold off on that. He is done, Witan Sulaiman. It appears to be a groin problem. We're just seeing what's happening with the Vietnamese bench. They're taking this opportunity to have drinks and a bit of a chat. Not so much the Indonesians, but it is a welcome breather. But Witan Sulaiman, I'm afraid that might be his match. Let's hope it's not the whole tournament for him. Witan Sulaiman, a key part of them, an exciting winger, of course. One of the many young players that Shin Tae-yong has given an opportunity to. Already off the mark in terms of goals for his country. Moved to the Polish League in September. Also before that was in the Serbian League with Radnik Sudelica. Did very well Indonesia's run to the quarterfinals of the 2018 AFC Under-19 Championships. That's what helped him get to Sudelica in February this year. So, to replace him, it is going to be Yabes Roni from Bali United. Quick player, the 26-year-old Yabes Roni.
Substitution for Indonesia, number 8, Witan Sulaiman, has been replaced by number 22, Yabes Roni.
He'll play presumably on that right-hand side. This fourth cap for Indonesia. This is what I mean by the inexperience they've got on the side at the moment. They're making it work right now against a very experienced Vietnam side. Now, here are the changes. It isn't.
Substitution for Vietnam.
Swan Trong is still going to come on. So Van Duk is off, replaced by Luan Swan Trong.
Number 16, Nguyen Van Chung, has been replaced by number 2, Du Duy Ban.
Duiman is coming on. So just a change at centre-back. No real, that won't change anything in that sense, in an attacking sense for Vietnam. But Xuan Trong, of course, was very influential in the game against Laos, pulled a lot of strings in that one. Had an assist for the opening goal. Vietnamese international since 2016, almost 40 caps now. Had stints in Korea with Incheon United and Gangwon. Also went to Thailand's Buriram for a while. Not necessarily a regular in the side these days. Here's Yabes Roni, who's got pace to burn. Needs a better pass to Ezra Walian. There's Xuan Trong. Cut out by Rizky Febrianto. Now, Ewan Dimas. Not too many bodies committed forward, they can't risk it. Yabes Roni. He's got Rizky on the outside if he needs. Can they keep that in play? No, they can't. Ewan Dimas. We are inside the final 10, and it could be a really good job done here by Shin Tae-yong. And they hold on for these final 10 minutes. You can just see a little bit of body language frustration amongst the Vietnamese. Bong Hong Dui. Now Bui Tien Dung. Quang Duc. Quang Hai. That's poor from him. He's been a lot quieter, hasn't he, in the second half? Quang Hai. So this is how it stands as we speak. Indonesia will be ahead of Vietnam. They've got a very good goal difference, remember. Scored 9, conceded 3. That's +6 to Vietnam's 5. But why I say good goal difference, because also they will look at goals scored as well. It could come into the equation. They've scored 9 to Vietnam's 5, but Vietnam have got clean sheets. It's going to make for a fascinating last round of matches. Again, if they can hold on. Here's Pratama with one of those long throws. Only the second one of this match. I think they're quite effective weapons. The last one was low and flat and fast. This one is a lot higher. The keeper gets enough of a punch on it. Devanga to Evan Dimas. Happy not to take too many risks, Indonesia. Devanga looking up for Yabes Roni. That's a good ball. That just flies over him. Right kind of idea. Execution, not so much. Bui Hong Dui. This is Xuan Trong. Now Dui Man. It's a good ball. Good aggression. Oh, there's a foul, it looks like, from Van Tan. As he collided with Pratama, who's only just come back from injury. Oh, he raised that foot, didn't he? His left foot. That could well have gone into the book. Both sets of crowds now really doing all they can to rouse their team in these final minutes. Ezra Wallen with the header. Kambuaya won't get there. Here's Pong Hong Dui. Tien Lin. Now Schwantrop. Lots of red shirts there in and around the area. Away by Yabes Roni. Tien Lin. Quang Hai doesn't get to it. Here's Dui Man. Out wide to Van Tan. Great work there from Quang Hai. Shot as two players threw themselves at him. Quang Duc. That was a wild swipe from Hong Dui. They have put absolutely everything into this, the Indonesians. That is yet another shot from outside the box. Number 11. They've had 17 shots in total. The vast majority have come from outside the area. Now they're bringing on Van Tuan. Thought he might come on a little bit earlier. Another striker. They're going to go all out here. Win Van Tuan. First one, Hwang Anggialai, 25-year-old. Fast approaching his 40th cap. Now, are they going to sacrifice one of their defenders at the back?
Substitution for Vietnam, number 19, Quang Hai is being replaced by number 9.
Quang Hai. And to be honest, Quang Hai has been very quiet in this second half. Yabes Roni, foul on Ha Duc Chin. He's not really protesting at this at all. It's got them on their feet. Look at them. There's a lot of the dugout, the technical team, out of their technical area. It was a foul. Not sure it's quite requires that reaction, but that's sort of been the flavour of the day. Well, okay. Now you look at it from that angle. There was a little stamp, wasn't it? Some frayed tempers. Van Tuan, that surely went out. Yeah, it did. Four yellows to one for the Indonesians. Into the 90th minute here, Indonesia. This would be, some would say, a famous point, given just how good they are these days. Indonesia, by the way, 166th in the world, 7th in ASEAN, in the Southeast Asia region, 99th, the highest ranked team in this region, Vietnam. 67 places between them in the rankings. They have held them, you'd have to say, in the end, fairly comfortably. But there are still a few minutes left here. Anyone scores now, this place will absolutely erupt. And it's the Indonesians at the moment singing. They don't want to be singing a little too soon. It's only 3 minutes. That's great as far as the Indonesians are concerned. Devanga, he's hurt himself, but he has been immense at the back. Park Hang-seo, be interesting to see his reaction to this. In by Dwi Man, it's high, that one, and deep. Oh, he's done really well, Hwang Duk. Oh, it's an important block there from Rizky. How many times has he done that tonight, that kind of thing? They're all on their feet here, Vietnam, the bench. Still about 2 minutes left for the Vietnamese. Try and get a winner. Was that a late challenge on Kambuaya? The crowd not really buying it. The referee belatedly perhaps going to call the stretcher on. This kind of thing always will happen towards the end of a game. Yeah, I didn't see that was too much in that, was there? Nothing untoward, certainly. This is great from Hwang Duk. And Tien Lin blocked by Rizky Ramadhani. He's been far from risky tonight with his defending. He's been absolutely brilliant. And you can understand why they are celebrating, these Indonesian fans. Now they've got him off. He wants to come back on as soon as possible. Hwang Duk. Rizky with the header away. Dwi Man, low ball in. Devanga gets it clear. Evan Dimas, anywhere will do now for Indonesia. Just seconds left, surely. The referee might play a little bit more because of that stoppage for Kambuaya when he went off, when he was being treated. Devanga's got cramp. Kambuaya is back on the pitch. It's all happening here. The crowd not impressed with this. They feel it's all part of a ploy to eat up more time. It may well be, but that is what happens in football all the time. Yeah. Can they break out into full song just yet? They don't dare until this is all over, waiting for that whistle. Waiting that throw in. You know, sometimes these things can come back to haunt you when you take up that much time. You've seen it before. Shin Tae-yong. Can he taste that point? He's so close to it. A vital, vital point. And Devanga is stretched it off and immediately jumps out. He's not walking particularly well. Van Tuan with the header. Here is Ramai Rumakiek. Duiman now just trying to get the ball back in the mix. Bohong Dui, another long-range shot. It's chased down. It's another Indonesian down. It's Fakhruddin Arianto. Well, you can see why it frustrates people, but equally you can see why it happens. So he threw everything. And to be honest, if you've had a ball slammed into you at that distance, you're going to feel it. It's into his side as well, right to his kidneys. That's going to hurt, in case you're feeling a bit cynical. They certainly do. I tell you what, Indonesia don't want players taken off because they're down to 10 men. This doesn't work in their favor. Have a look at this shot from Bohong Dui. He's absolutely smashed that. And by the way, I think he's had about 4 or 5 long-range efforts today. That's now 13 out of the box for a total of 20 shots. 12 of them have been blocked today. That is how effective the Indonesians have been. And as I mentioned, this could be a template for the other teams in the competition if they're going to face Vietnam. It worked pretty well for Laos. Indonesia, a far higher quality, and they've shut them out. Safe hands just about for Nadio Agriwinata. He will take as long as he can with this. He only has 6 seconds in theory. Will he pump this up and potentially lose control of the ball? Yeah, he's going to do it. Referee. How much time is he going to play? Ezra Walian, who's probably had the least touches of anyone in this match. Ball lofted forward by Bohong Dui. Look at that, Van Tan. No one is blowing the whistle. No foul. And that is it. What a point here for Indonesia. Shin Tae-yong. It's been a masterclass of defending tonight. They have kept out the Vietnamese, and look what it means to them. This man wasn't even supposed to play. The smattering of Indonesian fans absolutely delighted, as they should be. It has been a plucky, brave performance tonight from Indonesia. Vietnam resorting to long-range efforts today, and they couldn't break them down. Not many high-quality chances. He didn't have any proper saves to make tonight. Ezra Walian was a lonely job for him up front. They didn't create anything going forward, Indonesia. I don't think that was the plan anyway, was it? Look at it, it's almost like they've won this evening. They have thrown absolutely everything into this. Recriminations, inquests here for the Vietnamese. They can't believe it. You have to go back to 2012 when both these countries played successive goalless draws in September and October. This is normally a high-scoring affair. Indonesia will be very happy to settle for a goalless draw. And that means they go into that game against the Malaysians with their fuller confidence and heads held high. The full-time score here at the Bishan Stadium, and what's been a very, very interesting, intriguing game. It's Indonesia 0, Vietnam 0. We await now the award of the Man of the Match award. It's got to be one of the defenders, you'd have to say. I would think Rizky Ramadani has to be up in there. Alfrianda Dewanga, another one. The Vietnamese fans came full of hope today that they would get the 3 points, and now it's not looking as easy, is it? Could they even possibly not finish top? Cambodia tonight had a stirring win over Laos. They'll feel confident going into the game against Vietnam. They'll have seen what's happened today. Will they play 5 at the back? They haven't done that at all against higher ranked opposition Well, it was one of two, wasn't it? And it's Alfiandra Dewanga who gets the Man of the Match award.
Alfiandra Dewanga from Indonesia.
And he and the rest of that back five can be very proud of themselves this evening. They have been absolutely brilliant. And look at those stats, just one attempt from the Indonesians, 20 from Vietnam, but only one on target the entire game. And that is poor for a team with the quality of Vietnam. They struggled to break down this side today,
AFF Suzuki Cup. Let's hear from both teams today.
but they have been very effective, the Indonesians, and this is why they're delighted. They're still top of the group with one round of matches to go on goal difference. Head-to-head will apply at the end of the group stages. Indonesia will play Malaysia, and Vietnam take on Cambodia. Both those games now have massive, massive significance. Delight for Indonesia, as you can expect, and they deserve it. And we'll leave you with those scenes here. Celebration for Vietnam. And it's goodbye from us here at the Bishan Stadium.
Trận đấu rất là khó khăn khi mà chúng ta đã không thể ghi bàn. Với các Hải đánh giá như thế nào về mặt trình diễn của cả đội ngày hôm nay?
Hải nghĩ là ngày hôm nay toàn đội đã rất cố gắng và cũng đã thực hiện đúng đấu pháp của huấn luyện viên, dù kết quả không được như mong đợi. Dù sao thì cũng phải nói rằng là Indonesia đã có một trận đấu tốt và họ đã rút kinh nghiệm rất là nhiều sau những trận thua, và hôm nay thực sự là một trận đấu khó khăn, nhưng mà dù sao thì kết quả này cũng sẽ là để các cầu thủ có thể tập trung hơn ở lượt đấu cuối với Campuchia để giành vé vào bán kết.
Chúng ta đã không thể giành vé sớm, điều này có ảnh hưởng chút nào đến tâm lý của cả đội hay không, và theo Hải thì chúng ta cần cải thiện điều gì cho chặng đường dài phía trước?
Hải nghĩ là cũng không có lẽ là cũng không ảnh hưởng nhiều đến cái việc sẽ tiến đến vòng đấu bán kết. Toàn đội sẽ tập trung trở lại và cố gắng thi đấu tốt ở trận đấu cuối với Campuchia để có thể giành chiến thắng và tiến đến vòng bán kết. Hải nghĩ là hôm nay toàn đội đều đã rất cố gắng và các cầu thủ đã chơi với 100% tinh thần cũng như là chuyên môn của mình. Hải nghĩ là trận đấu tới với Campuchia sẽ quyết định tấm vé vào bán kết của toàn đội.
Cảm ơn Hải.
Coach, your game plan worked tonight. Can you just take us through the match?
경기 어떻게 했는지 소감 한번 해주세요. 오늘 경기 우리 선수들 열심히 해줬고 아직까지는 베트남이 가장 강한 팀이다. 그렇기 때문에 우리가 공격보다는 일단 실점을 하지 않는 위주로 경기를 풀었는데 우리 선수들이 잘해줬고 그래도 베트남은 아주 좋은 팀이었다. 그렇게 생각합니다.
Our boys did our best on the pitch today. Vietnam is still the strongest team in our group, and so our game plan was not to concede a goal rather than scoring a goal. So all in all, I'm satisfied with the performance that our boys showed today.
And any update on the goalkeeper's injury, Nando's?
난도 지금 부상당했는데 업데이트 있으신지 거기에 대해서.
참 불행한 일이지만은 아직까지 업데이트 받은 거는 없고 우리 선수가 워밍업 하다가 어깨 탈골이 맞는 것은 참 안타까운 일이다. 또한 우리 엘칸이 시합을 놔두고 갑자기 자가격리로 가는 이런 불상사가 앞으로 없었으면 좋겠다. 그렇게 생각합니다.
As for the Nando's injury, that's something that's unfortunate. He got injured during pre-match warm-up, so I don't have an update yet. But like I said, that's something unfortunate before the start of the match. And a little bit on the Elkan's case, he even played one match in the lead up to this one tonight. But then all of a sudden he was sent to a designated quarantine place, resulting in him being unable to play the match today. So I don't want something like this happen again until the last day of this tournament.
Thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you.